Well, for more, we can cross to Kinshasa and speak to our correspondent, Clément Bonnerot. Clément, how significant is King Philippe's visit, and what are Congolese people expecting out of it?
Well, Alison, as you mentioned, it's King Philippe's first visit to DR Congo, and it's a sign of improving relations between DR Congo and Belgium after years of tensions, especially under the former president Joseph Kabila. But relations have improved tremendously under the new president Félix Tshisekedi, and Belgium has really made an effort to mend ties and amend for the past, and make amends for the past. And this is what this visit is all about, staring the past in the eyes and making a fresh start in the relationship between the two countries. Belgium, as you mentioned, the Belgian king, as you mentioned, expressed regrets for colonial crimes 2 years ago. Belgium has also begun a program to give back stolen artworks which were stolen during the colonial era. But of course now some Congolese people are expecting much more from the Belgian king. Some are expecting the king to apologize to the Congolese people. Others are expecting reparations from the Belgian state. The Belgian king is set to speak in Parliament later this Wednesday. It's not known, of course, what he will say, but he will certainly have soothing words. He wants to show that the two countries are now ready once again to stare the past in the eyes and make a fresh start, look towards the future together.
And Clément, that past is still very controversial. Can you remind us what it was like for Congolese people under Belgian rule?
Well, all forms of colonialism in Africa were very violent, but Belgium's own brand of colonialism was particularly brutal. It began in 1885 when King Leopold II was granted personal control over the Congo River Basin, which is now the DRC. The aim at the time was to end Arab slave trafficking in the east, but of course what Leopold II was really after was Congo's natural resources, and there was one resource in particular, and it was rubber. Each village in the Congo had a quota to meet, and those who didn't meet the quota would be severely punished. Their hands would be cut off, others would be hung or shot on the spot. And according to historians and activists, millions, up to 10 million Congolese people died during that period. And things didn't get much better for Congolese people, for ordinary Congolese people, after the Belgian state officially took over in 1908. Many were still used as wage labor, and racial segregation continued until independence in 1960. It's worth highlighting that this colonial past has remained a bit of a taboo in Belgium until very recently. It wasn't taught in schools until recently, and it's only very recently that it's really been at the heart of political debates in Belgium, and that was in the wake of George Floyd's assassination in the US, which, as you remember, triggered a wave of protests across Europe and more generally reignited the debate about the place of black people in European societies, and also the debate over Europe's colonial past in Africa.
All right, Clément Bonnerot, thank you very much for that reminder and update on the Belgian king's visit to DRC.